guys, I'm Sage Valentine and I'm back here to review episode 2 of Big Brother season 20, so let's just get down to it. Pretty much, on a side note, spoiler alert, Bayleigh is going to be the replacement nominee for one of the nominees on the block. Somebody won Veto. I don't know who won Veto. Winston and Brett are in a good position in the game at this point. They are pulling strings and doing things, and no one's really the wiser. I mean, Swaggy C kind of mentions their names a bit, but in all honesty, in all fairness, they're pretty safe. Pretty safe. As for Bayleigh, the reason why she's nominated probably has to do with, one, the fact that she yelled at Tyler during the competition. Number 2, because Winston was in Tyler's ear at one point on the feeds trying to convince him to nominate Bayleigh. And number 3, because she is in a showmance with Chris, aka Swaggy C. At one point, I think he kissed her belly or something, and they kissed or something, and I'm just like, well, when did this start? I was like, well, where was I? And then I remembered I was out of town last night, so that's how I missed all of that on the feeds. But let's get down to this review. So pretty much, Swaggy C is feeling himself because he made a big power move. Angela's upset. Caitlin's upset because he did not save them. But remember, in terms of Angela, that Angela never said that she was saving him. But she's like holding Swaggy C to his word because he said to her he would save her. Don't forget, this is Big Brother, so people say a lot of things. Everybody's trying to win that money. That's the impression that I got, and that's the impression that I get every time I watch this series, every summer, and I have since 2000. So now Angela's going to target Swaggy C at one point, and Caitlyn was. And she probably still is. Caitlyn seems like the type of player to hold her cards to her chest like this and kind of look around, because at one point she was mad at Swaggy C. Then all of a sudden she went into this whole namaste mode and said, you know what, he had to do what he had to do for his own game. Of course. It was the best mood for him. Of course. Because in this game, really, the only person that you have is you, unless you can find somebody that you could really trust. Now, Swaggy C says he wants to build a bridge of trust with Caitlyn. I paraphrase what he said. But again, Caitlyn holds her cards to her chest, and I don't know about Caitlyn, but she seems to be playing a pretty good game, and that people can't really gauge her at this point. Rachel said life is good in the house. For now, I'm saying, until Big Brother throws in a major twist. Speaking of Big Brother, Caitlyn has the house guests meditating, and Big Brother really steps up their game with these graphics, with the Zen and the Chi and the connection and all that stuff. Man, CBS really raked in some major dough with Celebrity Big Brother, and I hope that you guys do it again this fall, because I would love to see another Celebrity Big Brother. Sam gets to return to her human form for a little bit. JC is kind of sad because he had a crush on a robot. Is anybody surprised by that? No, not at all. And his reasons as to why he had a crush on the robot, again, not surprised. Haley and Swaggy C are apparently working together, and they have formed an alliance that includes Rockstar, Caitlyn, and Fez. Keep in mind, did I mention Bayleigh's name in that alliance at all? No, because Bayleigh is not in that alliance. Caitlyn wants to win HOH because she looks around the room and she realizes, you know what? I have to protect myself by becoming HOH. Thereby, I can protect the rest of my alliance. So we get to the HOH competition. 8 people, the safe ones, are unable to compete. The competition is called Microchip Mayhem. It's a competition that Tyler wins. Tyler becomes the HOH. And the reason he became the HOH was because he ended up targeting Bayleigh, who set her sights on JC. Then JC was knocked out, and then all of a sudden Bayleigh was knocked out of the game and he became HOH. But the thing is that he didn't want to be the first HOH. He just didn't want to go home this week. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments. I'm just like, you know what? This is one reason why I'm just watching this season and not getting attached to any players. I need to see how these people play the game, because on a side note, in their first interviews that they did with Ross, they said one thing, and in the house they're doing something completely different. Steve feels like he was the worst first HOH competition player in Big Brother history. I don't know if he can go that far, but I'm glad that someone told him that it's really not that serious. Kaitlyn wants Angela gone because Angela targeted her during the competition. Sam is really hurt. She feels like she's being shunned. The robot punishment is very brutal. Rachel tries to talk to her to calm her down. Tyler is talking about how Bayleigh snapped on him during the HOH competition, and he feels some type of way about that. Winston wants to make this big alliance that includes Angela, Rachel, and Brett, and also Casey and Tyler if they want to join the alliance, because there is strength in numbers. Obviously, as you know from watching Big Brother all these years, Casey's cool with it. They next have to talk to Tyler about it. Winston comes to Tyler, who says, yeah, he wants to join the alliance. So now we have our first big major alliance that's going to do some damage in Big Brother 20. So when it comes down to picking the nominees, Tyler sees the writing on the wall. He cannot nominate the 8 people who are safe. He cannot nominate his alliance members, so he feels like he doesn't have a lot of options. So all of a sudden, the idea of putting up Sam and Steve on the block pops up, and if one of them goes down, then Bayleigh will be the replacement nominee. That's Tyler's idea. Although I feel like Winston more than likely kind of pushed Tyler to do this. And if he did, then Tyler allowed it, because Tyler really honestly doesn't want to make any big major moves as the first HOH, so he doesn't get blood on his hands. But honey, you got blood on your hands, because if Sam doesn't go home, Bayleigh goes up and she goes home, then he has Sam and Steve after him. Or if Bayleigh stays and say Sam goes home, then he has Bayleigh and Steve after him. It's pretty much a catch-22. It is what it is. So Tyler and Sam go off and they chat alone. Sam is highly upset. She feels like she's alone. She feels like she's the target, and Tyler basically kind of lies to her face and tells her, you know what, no, you are not the target. Sam is most certainly the target because she's the weakest, because she is the robot at this point. Tyler listens to everyone's pitches about who he should nominate. All of a sudden, Rockstar pops up in his room. I'm trying to remember who else was up there. It might have been Kaitlyn and Faisal as well. And Rockstar says Sam and Steve being nominated is the worst idea. And Kaitlyn says, you know what, you should nominate Angela and Winston. And all of a sudden, a light bulb goes click, click over his head. And he's just like, oh, well, Swaggy C sent in his little minions. Here's the thing. He doesn't realize that Kaitlyn wants Angela out. And see, we are watching this at home, so we see it. He doesn't know. Swaggy C agrees that putting up Angela and Winston would be a major power move for Tyler. Yeah, it would be. If Tyler was not in an alliance with those two, it would make a lot of sense. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen this week. Here's the thing. Bayleigh apologized to Tyler for yelling at him during the HOH competition. And she tried to get in good with Tyler, but the thing is, Tyler has his mind made up. If one of the nominees wins the veto, if one of his fellow alliance members wins the veto, and they use it, Bayleigh's going up. It is what it is. So as I listened to her say, well, you know what, Sam and Steve should be nominated because they were the first two people to be knocked off of the leaderboard or the board in the game. The whole time I was just thinking, like, you are speaking to a brick wall because this dude already knows who he's going to nominate, and he already put a target on you as the replacement nominee. And when she was asked by Tyler about her relationship with Chris, and she said that he was like family to her, that put the last nail in her coffin. And normally in other seasons, it takes a little bit before people start targeting the showmances, but not in this season. No, sir. No, sirree. So we get down to the nomination ceremony. Tyler basically nominates Sam and Steve like he said he was going to do, and his reason is because it seems fair to put up the two people that fell first in the competition. And that's all he says. Normally when people nominate people in Big Brother, they have something to say to the first nominee and the second nominee. Very rarely does the person pop up and decide to say something as like general as what Tyler said. So I'm sure the wheels are turning in the heads of some of the other house guests, like, that's all he has to say, that's it. But anyway, Sam is all upset. She thought that Tyler liked her. He does like her, but he feels like getting rid of Sam or Steve is easier for him, whereas he doesn't have to ruffle any feathers, but eventually he's going to have to ruffle some feathers in this game. Why not do it right now, in my opinion? Steve said that he will make deals. He's not going home, and there's blood in the water. And Sam said that she will try even harder. Sam has this can-do attitude that I respect. She's not giving up at all. Tyler pretty much says that the choice was tricky. No, it wasn't, because he seemed pretty solid about putting up those two on the block. He didn't waver at all. And if he didn't put up those two, one of them was going on that block alongside of Bayleigh. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Swaggy C said that Tyler made a weak move, and unfortunately I'm going to have to agree with Swaggy C just this one time, because Tyler could have made a serious move, and a move that would have been respected. Unfortunately, he has managed to upset two people who, as someone in the house said, are basically nobodies at this point. Meanwhile, his alliance is going to continue to pick off different people till they get to Tyler and they pick him off first. That's just how it goes in the game. Swaggy C really believes that his target will go on the block. No, it won't. Not if the intel from Tumblr is correct. No, it will not. But you all take care. I'll be back on Sunday to review episode 3. Episode 2 was interesting. And honestly, the feeds, on a side note, are more interesting than episode 2. For those of you who have not watched the feeds, it's about time you get on it. Even if you just get the free trial, just watch it and see what you miss, because you miss a whole lot. Anyway, guys, love you all. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye.